Spring practice number 9 in the books for Nebraska. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. We talked with the head coach Matt Rhule and a few other players and coaches here on Thursday, and it will be the final practice here of the week. In fact, Nebraska not back on the field now until next Tuesday.
We have tonight, we have a team event every Thursday night. Every Thursday night we do something with the guys can bring their girlfriends or a family member. We bring our families, those of us who have families here. Tonight we're doing home run derby at the softball field with a dinner. I can promise you, before cell phones, I would have tried to hit a ball, but now with cell phones, you can't because everything goes viral. And then tomorrow we have meetings and liftings, and then I expect them all to go to class. And then they're shut down Saturday, Sunday. We have the training room open Saturday, mandatory for some guys, optional for others, depending on where they are status-wise. Sunday they're off, like they always are. Then Monday we'll be right back, 6 a.m., lifting and meetings. So I just meant more like on the field.
Tight ends were a big topic. We talked with Bob Wager, who gave just his early impressions of that group.
In a 3-month period of time, we've learned a great deal. Learned it's a highly competitive room. They root for each other. They're building a great bond with one another, and they're eager to be developed and eager to get better. I'm proud of the way that they've immersed themselves into the playbook, and proud of the way that they come out to compete every day.
Talent is not lacking in that room. Thomas Fedoni was the #1 ranked high school tight end a couple of years ago, has suffered some major knee injuries, but you can tell he's got the drive that wants to be back on that football field.
Well, first and foremost, he's a relentless competitor, and that's what drives everything at practice. But again, Thomas is another player, very versatile, long, runs well in space, physical. There's a lot that stands out about Thomas, as well as the rest of the guys in the room.
Fedoni's I kind of always have a couple guys that I'm trying to really work with, and Fedoni's kind of one of my guys, man. I really like the guy. He's so competitive. He's so driven. And sometimes when you're driven, it drives you all over the place. You just can't stand when it just doesn't come right away, and that's what I love about him, right? I'm a little bit wired that way. The best players I've been around are wired that way, so just, I've tried to limit him even more than we've limited him, and he fights me every time. So I just love his competitive nature.
Then you've got the Georgia transfer, Arik Gilbert. He came in as a potential pro guy, left Georgia after being at LSU. I think the big question is he's got to get a waiver, but the talent is no doubt there.
Well, I just think with Eric, it's just the rare combination of size and great athleticism, and much like the other great ones, when you put those two things together, it's a unique and rare combination.
I'll just say this: when I took Eric, I told him, I said, "Hey, this is a long-term play for you, and in your future. So if it works out where he can play this year, which I believe he should be able to, then great. And if he can't, then we're going to help him get ready for next year or for the NFL. So, I've seen a lot in football, and I just think there are a lot of these guys. They just need someone to give them a chance, a real chance, and do things the right way. And so I like him a lot. So we're doing that. He's doing excellent in school. Great kid. So I hope it works out for him.
And Nate Borkature is another one of those guys that we caught up with at the tight end position.
Spring's been good. We're getting midway point now. There's a lot of new faces. That's kind of the biggest thing. But it's been great to kind of grow with them and learn together. And I'm hoping they've learned a lot from me because I've learned a lot from them.
Matt Rhule also had some interesting thoughts on the offensive line, particularly Bryce Benhart.
Yeah, I said it the other day. I think I said it the other day. I think Bryce is an NFL player. There's no doubt to me about that. I think with what we're doing, the way we're playing, I think it's going to turn Bryce loose. I think a lot of those guys, and I'm not throwing it on it. I think a lot of them kind of been beat down. Like I said, the narrative is the O-line's terrible, and so they hear that a lot. And so I think Bryce, like all those guys on the offensive line, just has to play with great confidence, right? Confidence is not, no matter what, confidence is not, in my opinion, just my humble little opinion, not telling your kids, hey, you can do anything in life, right? Like I love my mom, but my mom never told me I could do anything in life, and so we tell our kids sometimes they can do things they can't. And actually backfires a lot, in my opinion. So to me, confidence comes from elite preparation, right, and doing it day after day. That's why we go ones-on-ones every day. We don't go ones-on-twos, ones-on-threes. We go ones-on-ones so that, Jamari, one of our best pass rushers, or Judy, or whoever's working on Bryce every day and working on Piper every day, and so that they all just keep saying, hey, we're getting better because iron sharpens iron. So a lot of these guys, the key for how the season will go, because people always ask me how the season will go, and, we have the coaches we have the players we have. A lot of it will come down to confidence, right? A lot will come down to, at what point do they believe they can really win? When I say believe, like we all say we believe, but like when you're down 17-7 in the second quarter, the great teams that played here probably laughed and then took it 170 yards, made it 17-14. The other team had a lot of pressure on them. When we start playing with confidence, whether that's next week or in 2 years, we'll be a good team. So I say that about Bryce. I look at him. I see an NFL player. I see an all-conference caliber player. The question is, what does he see? And I say that for a lot of guys, not just him. Piper, Nori, all those guys, man. That offensive line is as talented as one as I've been around in college football in terms of as a head coach. Are they going to believe it, and are they going to put it together? So that's why we're trying to practice the way we're practicing right now.
Switching over now to the defensive side of the ball, John Bullock, a walk-on linebacker from Creighton Prep. He's been a name on the rise.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like it a lot. I'm able to fly around a lot more, just make a play. It's not a gap defense, it's just see ball, hit ball. So I feel like flying to the ball, getting to the ball, being fast, playing fast is my biggest thing. So I like that a lot. So.
And then we also heard from safety Miles Farmer, who is no longer wearing his single-digit jersey number, hopes to get that back, though.
Oh, 18? I mean, I started in 18, so, I mean, it's just like playing freshman year again.
But working back to the original, the other one, do you want you?
Yeah, I want my 8 back. Yeah, I'm trying to get my 8 back for sure. But we're going to figure that out at the end of spring.
And for Farmer, it's been a transition, as obviously he's been in this program for a number of years. He's got a new position coach and a new defensive coordinator.
It's different, but it's coming together. It's just like how it used to be, but it's just a couple of new changes that he's made and ways that he want to do things. We're more free. We can do like more stuff that we like to do, like the way we like to play things. So it's good so far.
Yeah, Miles. You can turn a team into a good team when your best players, they buy into the things that not only that everyone buys into the things that they like. Can they buy into the things that they don't like? Can they buy into the things that don't make sense? So Miles is one of those guys who, like, first got here, like, part of his edge, which I love, is to be a little bit chippy. And he's gotten to the point now where, like, he understands, like, hey, let me coach you. And so Miles is one of my favorite guys to be on the field with. He's physical, he's competitive, but he's bought into a lot of the small details, whether it's the classroom, whether it's the way we communicate with each other. And if I can get more and more of the other guys to do what Miles has done, we'll have a chance to have a good team.
And finally, the team will get together for an outing here Thursday night. Then over the weekend, no practice, as Matt Rhule joked. He'll probably be doing what a lot of people will be doing.
Yeah, hopefully guys have a chance to get away a little bit, and or just kind of kick it here. Who knows? Like watch the Masters like I'll do. So.
The Huskers are back to work here on Tuesday, reporting with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln. I'm Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline.com.